Stop number 18 in the Sunoco Busch Grand National Series comes to Hickory Speedway, the famed little track that is only 36 hundredths of a mile. For the Mountain Dew, 434 cars are run here. We had to randomly select them out. And on the pole will be Christina Cowan, who is already your points leader, continuing where she's been. And on the outside will be Dunlap, our Las Vegas winner. Row number 2 will be Jeremy Doobie in the number 69, and Adam Fagel in the 43. Row number 3 will be Jacob Rodriguez, our pole sitter at Talladega. On the outside will be Jordan Hester, our Darlington winner. Row number 4 will be Alexander Wilson Leach and Nick Knotts. Row number 5 will be Grace Gunnan and Emily Johnson, our South Boston winner. Row 6 will be Trey Roberts and Keith Batson. Row 7 will be Courtney Winterbauer and Mike Doobie. Row 8 will be Jack Richards and Lena Savage, our winner at our last event at Milwaukee. Row number 9 will be Faith Johnson, the pole sitter at Richmond, and Adam Chambers. Row 10 will be Matt Richards, our winner at Bristol, and Matthew Rodriguez. Row 11 will be Ed Gardner, the pole sitter at Charlotte, and Dougie Shears, the pole sitter at South Boston. Row number 12 will be Gabriella Bryan, our Daytona pole sitter, and Tim Freilich, our winner at Richmond. Row 13 will be Celia Brewer, our winner at Martinsville, and Jason Wong, the Busch Open winner. Row number 14 will be Tim Gardner, the winner at Rockingham and the second Nashville race, and Hayden Klein in the 88. Row number 15 will be Diana Panic, two-time winner, and Casey Hutchinson. Row number 16 will be Gerald Ickmat, our Talladega winner, and Grace Friedman. And rounding out the field will be Ralph Green and the two-time winner at Daytona and Dover, Ann Batson. Cars did not qualify, drivers did not qualify. Ken Johnson, Zed Weinstein, Andre Castro, Kelsey McEwen, so that's going to really hurt him in the points. Darnell Jones, our Kentucky winner. Charles Jackson.
Drivers, start your engines!
And Juliet Leonard. All of which DNF, DNQ. And Christian Brandon, also DNQ. So we had 8 drivers who did not qualify. Brandon, Leonard, Jackson, Jones, Castro, McEwen, Weinstein, Johnson, Ken Johnson. 28 laps around the baby track. And we are green, just like that. Early jump on things goes to Christina Cowan. Short track racing to the fullest. Bumping and grinding, it's all vintage. There's Celia Brewer and Adam Chambers. And right now, tailing end in the field is Hayden Klein. Smallest track so far this season we are at. And the leader right now is still Christina Cowan, looking for win number 3. Jacob Rodriguez is in 3rd. Jeremy Doobie is in 2nd. And we are under caution, and we got ourselves a bundle up. Nick Knotts. And they're all getting congested. So, it'll be Nick Knotts, Jeremy Doobie. Let's see what happened with Nick Knotts, and it's still putrid down there. Let's go look at what happened with Nick. I'm going to try to get everything done as fast as possible. Yep. It was sparked between him and Courtney Winterbauer. Knotts goes up to the high side. Courtney bangs the wall, goes right into Knotts. Oops. And then Winterbauer spins, collects Gabrielle Bryan. So Gabriella slides, hits the wall backwards. Celia Brewer. There's Paige Johnson, Keith Batson, Adam Chambers. It's a tight track. You're going to expect this kind of stuff. Matthew Rodriguez, Dougie Shears, Gerald Ickmat, Tim Gardner, Diana Panic, Mike Doobie. Yeah, that's what you're going to get when you run these little short tracks. You're going to get that type of stuff. That congestive, bang your head against the wall kind of deal. So nonetheless, let's go over the ladder right now. Christina Cowan leads, Jeremy Doobie second, Jacob Rodriguez third, Alexander Wilson Leach fourth, Trey Roberts, Grace Gunnan, Jack Richards, Faith Johnson, Jordan Hetzer, Matt Richards, your top 10. Then Dunlap Brad, Ed Gardner, Adam Fiegel, Adam Chambers, Keith Batson, Lena Savage, Celia Brewer, Tim Gardner, Dougie Shears, Matthew Rodriguez, Gabriella Bryan, Gerald Ickmat, Ralph Green, Diana Panic, Tim Freilich, Grace Freeman, Casey Hutchinson, Hayden Klein, Emily Johnson, Ann Batson, Jason Wong, Nick Knotts the lap down, Courtney Winterbauer, and Mike Doobie have both dropped out of the race. And we're going to go back to green flag racing. It'll be lap number 10 of 28. Let's see what we'll have coming up there. You see Nick Knotts coming to the inside. He's a lap down. He was our causer of our caution. As he and Christina will lead the field down to the green flag. Back underway. The train coming on. Here comes Jacob Rodriguez. Interestingly enough, Jeremy Doobie, using the draft of Nick Knotts to try to make a move on Christina Cowan, does just that. Same with Jacob Rodriguez, who kind of goes a little cut high, but it goes to the number 1 spot, is Jeremy Doobie. Well played for Jeremy. And Jacob Rodriguez is going to try to battle for second. We're back under caution. And I do believe it may involve these guys, particularly Jason Wong. Let's see what happened there. Oops. Let's go right to it instead of, dancing around. I don't think it had to do with Jason Wong, apparently. Where did it have to do? Oh, there it goes. Emily Johnson, I do believe. No, it wasn't Emily. It was Gerald Ickmat. You'll see he goes into a slide. I think that's because, yep, he went into the side of Gabriella Bryan. Gabriella goes high, bangs into Dougie Shears. There goes the spin. Gerald Ickmat goes into the wall. Dougie, the same thing. Tim Freilich gets caught. Same with Diana Panic. Same with, for a slight extent, Casey Hutchinson. Panic goes in the wall. Freilich, too. Going to the inside was, of course, the aforementioned Paige Johnson. And that's all that was to it there. So nonetheless, let's go back to racing action. We're still under yellow. Jeremy Doobie's the leader. Then it's Christina Cowan, Jacob Rodriguez, Alexander Wilson Leach, Trey Roberts, Grace Gunnan, Faith Johnson, Jack Richards, Jordan Hetzer, Matt Richards, Ed Gardner, Dunlap Brad, Adam Fiegel, Adam Chambers, Lena Savage, Keith Batson, Celia Brewer, Matthew Rodriguez, Tim Gardner, and Ralph Green. Then Grace Freeman, Ann Batson, Casey Hutchinson, Hayden Klein, Diana Panic, Gabriella Bryan, Dougie Shears, Tim Freilich, Gerald Ickmat, Nick Knotts, Jason Wong, Emily Johnson, who went a lap down, and Courtney Winterbauer and Mike Doobie, the aforementioned, out. Caution lights have been turned out. Lap number 17 of 28, we'll be back under green flag racing for Jeremy Doobie. I do believe Paige Johnson, Emily Johnson, our winner at South Boston, is going to be on the inside. I don't think so. think she's probably... Nope, and I know Jason Wong's going to be a lap down. He's still in the pit. He's probably done for the day. But Doobie's going to lead the field back to the green flag. Closing in on the 10 lap to go symbol. There's Christina Cowan, Jacob Rodriguez taking advantage of the second spot. Trying to get the second spot, excuse me. Now here comes Jacob Rodriguez. Jacob Rodriguez trying to get his get healthy day for the Rodriguez brothers. Then you have Alexander Wilson Leach. He's going into third. Jacob Rodriguez is going to go on the high side. He's got second. Jeremy Doobie's got the lead. And I do believe we may be under, we're not under caution yet. But it's still Jacob Rodriguez in the second spot. And I do believe that's Trey Roberts getting in the top 5 as Christina Cowan goes up high. 10 laps to go. This time by it'll be 9. And we're back under caution. And apparently it probably was because of Dougie Shears. Let's see. Let's see if it was because of Dougie. Yes, Dougie Shears actually was not the reason. I think it had to do more so... Keith and Batson. Wow. The Batsons. Husband and wife taking a hit. Matthew Rodriguez right behind. I think Matthew was on the back bumper of Keith Batson and hits the wall, goes right into hubby, and they both spin. I think who's going to be playing the blame game there? And then Dougie Shears takes a hit. There's Hayden Klein. He takes a hit. And Ann Batson going high. And Nick Knotts as well. I think, you know, Keith is probably going to be sleeping on the couch. Going to be a big blame game going on between those two. Between who's going to be the one to blame for the cause of that wreck. Ann or Keith. He said, she said. Nonetheless, here's our field right now. Jeremy Doobie still leading. Jacob Rodriguez is still second. Alexander Wilson Leach is third. Trey Roberts is fourth. Christina Cowan's fifth. Jordan Hetzer, Jack Richards, Faith Johnson, Matt Richards, Grace Gunn in your top 10. Then it'll be Dunlap, Red, Ed Gardner, Adam Chambers starting to move up the field. Celia Brewer, Ralph Green, Adam Fiegel, Lena Savage, Tim Gardner, Grace Freeman, Matthew Rodriguez. Then Casey Hutchinson, Diana Paddock, Tim Freilich, Gabriella Bryan, Hayden Klein, Gerald Ickmat, then Keith and Ann Batson, Nick Knotts, Jason Wong, Emily Johnson, and then Dougie Shears, who dropped out of the race. Obviously, he's not been having a good day. And we're apparently going to go back to green flag racing. I do believe it'll be lap number 25 of 28, so I think it'll be 4 laps to go for Jeremy Doobie. And barring any more cautions, we could finish this race under green. If we do get a caution at any given point, then basically stick a fork in it, this race is over. Pace car goes in. Let's see if Jacob Rodriguez can make a move on Jeremy Doobie. He's got a good sight on the back bumper. Let's see if he can make a move. They're right there, good, dead even. Let's see if Jacob Rodriguez is going to make a move on Jeremy Doobie to try to pose a challenge. Doobie, Jacob, back to back. Trey Roberts going way high up there. 3 laps to go for Jeremy Doobie. And here's some bumping and grinding going on. We may be in trouble. Yes, and that's going to be Tim Gardner. Race back to the line. We'll go to Jeremy Doobie. And I do believe Jeremy Doobie will win this race. Yep, that'll be lap number, there'll be 3 laps, there'll be 2 laps to go, so this race is over. Jeremy Doobie will win the Mountain Dew 400 here at Hickory. But let's see what happened. I know what I saw. Let's see. I saw Ann Batson involved. I saw, of course, Tim Gardner involved. Let's go back a little bit. Let's see where Tim was involved. Yep, it actually started way before that with Adam Fiegel and Celia Brewer. Let's see, we got Fiegel, Brewer. Brewer hits the wall, goes into Fiegel. Fiegel gets into a slide. Brewer goes to the inside, slaps the wall. Then you saw come back up, hits Grace Friedman. There's Matthew Rodriguez gets clogged, as well as Tim Freilich, Tim Gardner, of course. There's, of course, Gabriella Bryan, Ann Batson, Keith Batson. Not a good day for hubby and wife. Good day for grandson for stepson Jeremy. But not to say the same for hubby and wife Batson. So take it as a good news or bad news. Jeremy Doobie wins the race back to the line. Obviously will seal the victory for Jeremy Doobie. So let's take a look. White flag flying, so Jeremy Doobie's going to win the Mountain Dew 400. Jacob Rodriguez will be second. Alexander Wilson Leach third. Christina Cowan will be fourth. Then Jordan Hetzer, Faith Johnson, Jack Richards, Trey Roberts, Dunlap, Brad, Matt Richards, Adam Chambers, Grace Gunnan, Ralph Green, Ed Gardner, Lena Savage, Casey Hutchinson, Hayden Klein, Adam Fiegel, Diana Panic, Diana Panic, Gerald Ickmat, Keith Batson has just dropped out, Ann Batson, but there's your winner. It's Jeremy Doobie. I think Keith Batson has dropped out. Ann Batson, yep. Trey Roberts, yep. Well, that's just all messed up. Keith Batson, Ann Batson, Gabriella Bryan, Matthew Rodriguez, Tim Freilich, and the list goes on and on, so. But your winner here in a wacky little race, Jeremy Doobie gets the win. Way to go. Get healthy, he got one too. Looking at the points, Christina Cowan leads. Hayden Klein is second. Ralph Green is third. Then Faith Johnson and Kelsey McEwen with missing the Hickory event got him down to fifth. Keith Batson sixth. Nick Knotts, Mike Doobie, Tim Freilich, and Gerald Ickmat. Then Jordan Hetzer, Emily Johnson, Adam Fiegel, Julian Leonard, Dougie Shears, Tim Gardner, Andre Castro, Ed Gardner, Alexander Wilson Leach, and Trey Roberts, your top 20. Then Courtney Winterbauer, Darnell Jones, Lena Savage, Diana Panic, Casey Hutchinson, Grace Gunnan, Gabriella Bryan, Charles Jackson, Ann Batson, Jacob Rodriguez, Jason Wong, Jeremy Doobie, actually getting his first win and his first top 5, so he should be pretty tickled about that. Grace Friedman, Ken Johnson, Jack Richards, Celia Brewer, Dunlap Brad, Christian Brandon, Matt Richards, Matthew Rodriguez, Adam Chambers, and Zed Weinstein rounds out the field. But our next event, we'll have the full field again as we go night racing at Daytona, the Subway 250 for the Sunoco Busch Series. But we got the Cup Road Course Racing next.